All right, another episode of Conversation After Dark. Tay, what's up with you?
Everything is great with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. 50 episodes. This is our 50th episode.
Yes, yes.
And we still together. Barely, huh? Because
You haven't pissed.
I've been getting on Tay's nerves.
That's what I was about to say. You haven't pissed me off too much.
That's funny. So, all right, well, we talk about that a little bit later. So let's do the icebreaker.
All right. Oh, we didn't tell people where they could find us.
Damn. We've been
Yes.
rusty. Shoot. New year. Oh, listen, okay, let's get it. So tell people how they can find us, Tay.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you have a topic you want us to cover or you want to be a guest on the show, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Hit us up. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. You can listen to past episodes. We got 49 episodes up there. And after this one, we'll have 50. So, Tay, let's do the icebreaker.
Okay. Which one you want me to go to? Start of the new year.
Pervert. You know, my favorite.
Okay. Okay. This one's kind of tame. Have you ever had sex on the beach?
No, and actually, I was just talking to somebody about that. That's something that I want to try. I had an opportunity to do it with the ex, but I gotta be honest with you, I punked out. I was like, I don't want to get arrested and this, that, and the other. And it was like super duper dark. And like we had to like cross like this major street and like go down into the beach. And it wasn't like a island beach or like white sand or anything. We were like in Galveston. And if you ever been to Texas, Galveston Beach is not the business. Like people say it's like got like oil in it because you can see like the oil rigs off in the distance. But like the scientific thing is like it's like fresh water and ocean water mixing, so it looks real brown and looks real muddy. So I was just kind of like, I don't want to do it. So basically I punked out. But going into this new year, I think I'm going to make it happen. So no sex on the beach for me.
Okay.
What about you?
I haven't had full out intercourse on the beach, but I've given a hand job and I've been given oral.
On the beach?
On the beach. I don't know if
why
the
did
beach
I go all the way?
Well, okay, so years and years ago when I was younger, when I just wanted to experience everything, the beach was on my bucket list because people talk about it. So I wanted to experience it. But I'm a beach person. I love the beach. That's my happy place. And I know that when I go to the beach, sand is everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter what you do, sand is everywhere. And I don't want to take any chances of sand getting where it's not supposed to be.
You don't want to come back with some sand BV or something like that.
Exactly.
And that's what I heard a lot of people say. It's like it's overrated because of the sand. The sand gets sand all in your ass crack and everything. But my thing is like, you don't put down a towel. Like I'm assuming like you're not just you use bare ass on the sand.
No, I'm just saying that even with a towel, sand still gets everywhere.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So Danielle said broad daylight got a little digital stimulation. I enjoyed it. Okay. So was it broad daylight for you, Tay, or was it at night?
No, it was pitch black outside.
So Tyler said these good Cali beaches see some action, even with the blanket. The sand is a problem. Okay. And then brother Rob said he doesn't blame me. He said he wouldn't do Galveston either. I'm telling you, Galveston's kind of, for us Texas people, like you go down there to kick it or what have you, but like the water is just, it ain't the business. It ain't the business. Yeah. So, but you guys, so you got some oral on there, like, and it's pitch black. Y'all wasn't scared?
I wasn't. I mean, there weren't that many people around. I think maybe like a couple people may have walked past and we played it off, but I mean, it was dark. Can't see anything.
So Tana said upgrade to a blanket. So Tana sounds like she's the expert at this. And Jeannie said towels do not work. So I guess they're agreeing with you, Tay, that even with the towel, there's gonna be y'all some beach freaks though. We got some beach freaks in the comments. Jeannie also said the lounge chairs are better. See, my thing is this: I'm a big boy, so maybe if I was giving oral or receiving oral on the beach chair, that would be cool. But I can't go to Pound Town on a beach chair. I mean, that beach chair gonna be a goner.
I I could probably try on a beach chair. We didn't have beach chairs available to us, so that wasn't gonna happen.
Cool, cool. So Tay,
Mhm.
brand new year. Don't like to date the shows, but it's brand new year, so we won't say what year. And normally people have New Year's resolutions. Like, social media, everybody gets like upset about saying New Year's. And I'm a troll. So I say Happy New Year's just to piss people off because I like to piss the grammar snobs off. But I came up with this question, and hopefully the people that are watching will drop their New Year's resolution. Do you have a New Year's resolution when it comes to relationships or sex?
So for the past, say past couple years, I've been on kind of a healing journey. I've been kind of giving dating a break. Um, I think maybe now, I think I may be in a phase where I might be open to maybe meeting somebody, maybe talking for a little bit. I don't know about full-fledged relationship right now. I still got some healing to do.
So, like, what's that mean? Like, since you haven't been willing to have a relationship, have you not been going out? Have you been like more so in the house or staying with friends? Like, how's that going to be different?
I've been by myself in the house, not wanting to deal. Or I mean, I have like friends that I've hung out with, but they're just friends, so it's like nothing, nothing going on. But yeah, I haven't wanted to be bothered.
Wow. So the last relationship was a doozy, huh?
um, I can't deal with dishonesty. And coming from a relationship where we were completely open and honest about everything, and then going into something where I found out that the guy was complete bullshit.
Mhm.
He kind of did a little
He,
something for me.
he must have been bad. He got Tay cussing because Tay don't curse.
No, it's just normally I'm a good judge of character and a good lie detector,
Mhm.
but I think my walls were down because I came from a relationship that was so open and honest, and he kind of got past my defenses. So I mean, it is what it is.
Got you. Understood. Understood. So Danielle said she's got two resolutions: relationships. She wants to get one. Best of luck to you on that. And sex, she actually wants to do it regularly. So she wants to have sex. So you can have sex regularly without a relationship, though. You just
That's
get some
true. That's true.
friends with benefits, and y'all can get down. But a lot of people say that friends with benefits is a catch-22 because they catch feelings, and it doesn't work long term. I don't know. You ever caught feelings, Tay?
I have, but it was a mutual thing after a conversation. It wasn't like because I'm a habitual rule follower, which means if you tell me it's this way, even in a friends with benefits situation, I follow the rules. So it's not going to be any catching feelings on purpose. Like no, it has to like so, a conversation has to happen that has to open my eyes to the possibility of more.
So it's not going to be like he put it on you, like he just dicked you down and you fell in love. It's going to be like, you know what, you kind of cool. Like I can see something with this.
Yes. I don't understand the concept of sex making people have feelings. For me, it's all about what connection we have.
Okay.
And because I'm a habitual analyzer, also I analyze everything before I even think about getting into an actual relationship with somebody. I have to analyze your life and how I would fit into it, how you would fit into mine. So yeah, I don't just catch feelings. That doesn't happen for me.
Is that a Capricorn trait? Or
Overthinking, yes.
is it? Okay. I know
Yes.
Virgos, I heard people who are Virgos do that. You know,
Earth, a
I'm a
lot of earth signs were the same. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgos.
listen, I'm a Pisces, so and I know my boys are sick of me because like shit, if I feel like it's got an inkling of working, I'm gonna call my boys up, hey man, I'm gonna marry her. And then after 3 weeks, I'm calling like, hey, this motherfucker getting on my goddamn nerves. So it's quick, and then grand opening, grand closing with me. So I don't think sex, sex has never been something that made me want to be with somebody because like I had, I always said there's a difference between having good pee, good vagina,
Mhm.
and being good at sex. Like I've had somebody who just had immaculate vagina, like where I was the 5 pump chump every time, every time we got in there. So like that's how I got like good at cunnilingus because like I had to because like if it was just me trying to penetrate with my penis, like it wasn't gonna work because I wasn't gonna last. She just had that high power. And then there's some
Mhm.
people who like you just enjoy the act, like y'all have good chemistry, and then like it goes down. I would say like the people who like you enjoy the act, I could see getting addicted to the act itself, but that's not going to make me fall in love with you or anything like that. Actually, the mean girls, the ones who dog me out, I guess I got like Stockholm syndrome or something wrong with me. The ones who were like play hard to get and was kind of
Mhm.
not as sweet to me. Those are the ones who in the past I was more so caught up over, and I would have to say that they didn't necessarily have the best sex. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I got to figure that out. I gotta see what do I need to address to make sure I don't fall for that trap again.
I don't know. Therapy, maybe.
I believe in therapy. So Rob said, Marv, you are a serial relationshipper. I wouldn't say a serial relationshipper because like I don't get with them. I just fall in like real quick. I fall in, there's a difference between falling in like and falling in love.
I
Like, because
do.
I'm a very passionate person. And so like I could just be like all into them, nose open, and then but I also get agitated real quick. Like, we joked about the show about me pissing Tay off all the time, which is really ain't a joke, it's true. But like she's more patient than me because I have zero patience. So we're gonna see how it works. So Stacy says it don't work like that. I'm not instantly in love because of sex. I just don't have sex with people I'm not emotionally into. I think that's what we call demisexual. Would you classify that as that, Tay, where you
Yes.
like you got to be emotionally tied to have sex with somebody?
I believe that's the term for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not that way.
I'm definitely not that way. I can fuck with no feelings attached. I can make love with no feelings attached. You, Tay?
Yes. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing to do. We do not have to have feelings
So
at all.
what does that mean? The two hosts of Conversation After Dark are toxic as fuck because I'll be tongue kissing, raw sex, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Making love and then be like, hey, I'll let you. Stacey said, check, please. Yeah, definitely. I definitely, yeah, I can make love and I can make love and not be in love for sure. Yeah. So I think for me, my, what did Rob say? Say that shit. I'm going to make love to you for me. Yep, that's exactly. I'll be talking. And I'll be talking. I'm like a lightweight Wesley Pipes. I don't know if y'all watch the porn like me and Tate. Wesley. Hey, Wesley Pipes will fuck up a whole scene too, but he be talking way too much.
Yes.
That's me. I'm not gonna mess the scene up. But I'm gonna talk some shit though. But anyway, let me start telling my business. Um. So my resolution, I got two. Number one, I'm going to stop limiting myself with my friendships. So, I've been pretty open. I'm single, but I date people. And through this process, I have learned that you really have to be careful with women, especially in our age range. And one thing that's always told to me is that you're a husband, you're a husband, you give like husband vibes. And that bothers me. And I won't go deep into why. But what I found though is that how I operate at times can send mixed signals. And I've had a couple people say, like, you send in mixed signals with how you operate. And so because of that, I kind of pulled back on the type of friend I was to people. But I realized that that's not fair to me, to not live my life authentically and be who I am authentically because, I'm very honest with people. And, if they can't handle who I am authentically without getting caught up in catching feelings, then that's not really on me. That's on them. Now, I want to be responsible, right? I don't want to just like, because you can see when somebody's catching feelings and you kind of be like, hey man, I don't know. I don't know if you remember what we said, like what Tay said, like the rule follower. But, I'm not going to limit myself in this new year. I'm not going to do that. Does that make sense?
Okay. It does. I can, yeah, I see what you're saying. You don't want to change how you are just because it may affect somebody else a certain way.
Yeah. And that's what I've been doing. And that's what I've been doing. So Rob said, man, I just talked to my homie who's headed into divorce, and told him you are husband trained. Women going to connect to you in a way you're going to have to manage. That is absolutely true because there are certain things that I want to do that had just been ingrained in me. Like, this is how I socialized with a woman after being married to one for 15 years. And
Right.
me, that's just natural. It's just, hey, listen, let's go do this, and that you're not doing nothing, I'm not doing nothing. I need a companion, you want a companion, let's go do it together. Um, but it gives off husband vibes. And I don't know how to control that shit. And I'm not gonna try to because it's not on me to manage.
I get what you're saying. But I think that the other person has to take accountability for how they react to someone who's just being nice, who's just being chivalrous, who's just being a gentleman. Who, I mean, I can't even say because it goes the same with women too. We have a tendency, as I don't know if it's a human thing or as people who may be deprived of something, I don't know, but we have a tendency to think that someone who's being nice to us, that it means something more than what it is.
Mhm.
You know, because I've run into that, and I've never been married before,
Mhm.
but I've run in because when I'm with someone, I give all of my attention to you, whether we're in a relationship or not. For that moment, you have my undivided attention. No phones, no nothing. It's just me and you. And I've had guys
Mhm.
fall for me because they think I'm thinking one way and I'm not. I'm just like, to be a good human, you should have my attention if we're, in a hanging out or whatever.
But I think what it highlights, and my best friend told me this, there's a lot of shitty people in the world. And I'll say there's a lot of dudes who are not so nice. So then, here comes, Marv B, and I'm nice, respectful to women. And then, okay, like and I'm not even doing anything that's out of the ordinary, in my opinion. I'm just being a decent human. Um, and it gives off, it triggers something in people. And I think for women, I had to be careful because we talked about the Pisces and falling in love quick, especially when I moved down south, when women, like, they'll touch you, it's a lot of touchy feely women, like not just like overtly sexually, but like touch your arm or hug you, like a not church hug, but the full hug where they hugging your neck and you can feel the titties and all that other shit. And they call you baby and they call you boo. And then you start to misread that and think like, well, damn, she want to fuck. Nah, she just being nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She just being nice. So yeah, I get it. So let's see. Rob said your new floor is higher than most of their current experiences with men. That's what I just said. Yeah. My floor is higher than their current. That's boy, you preaching tonight, boy. Latanya said, I agree. After my divorce, I was giving off wifey vibes. Stacy said, the thing is, though, a lot of men are so shitty at being gentlemen that women read into it. That's what I just said. You're right. Yeah, you're right. So it's tough out here, Tay. It's tough when you're a nice guy. But here's the same thing though. Nice guys finish last. Because the dudes who are shitty, those are the ones. Damn, I'm gonna sound bitter as fuck when I say this. The dudes who aren't husband material are the guys that women tend to want to be more adventurous with and wild out with. Whereas the guys who are husband material, women comport and carry themselves in a different way because, in my opinion, they think I want to do all that shit because he's not gonna want to be with me long term if I do these things with him. Is there merit to what I'm saying?
Some women, just like some guys want the. I mean, and I think that only lasts for a certain period of time. Same way some guys want the woman who may be easy for a time. There are some women who want those type of men for a time. But you mature, you grow older, and you realize that ain't going nowhere. I've never been into the bad guy, so I don't. So it's definitely not all women.
Well, I don't think the bad guys get married. Here's what I think. What I've noticed. This is bad, but oh well. I don't like to call women hoes, but the loose chicks, the chicks who was smashing everybody, guess what? They been had a husband. They've been married for years, got kids and everything. Whereas the chick that was holding it tight, shit, they still ain't got no woman. Am I lying?
I don't know. I can't.
I know.
I don't speak in absolutes because I can name. I have
We can generalize.
examples in
We
my life.
generalize everything.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But for every generalization, I have an example of something that's totally against that.
Okay,
So that's
that's
why I said
always
I
an
can't.
exception. Yeah.
I can't say that. Just like I can't say that all women like bad dudes because I've never, ever, ever been into the wrong type of dude or the bad dude. I've never
A lot
been
of them
into.
do, though. A lot of them do. And of course, yes, it's not always true. I know this. I don't, but I'm just saying we have a lot of examples of this. And I think that what I was talking about in terms of like, hey, listen, um, I don't want to do all these wild things with him because it might run him off. I'll give you an example. When I got with my ex-wife, her mother told, you know what her mama told her?
What?
Don't have sex with him. If you have sex with him, you're gonna run him off. She wasn't saying that because, like, her daughter didn't know how to have sex. She was just like, if you have sex with him, then he'll stop coming around. So the longer you hold it off, then the more y'all get to know each other, and then the relationship can develop. So
But
I think
that's
that's how.
told to most women to be the good girl. That's what's taught to most women.
Okay, I got you. Danielle said, I've never been into bad guys. I want a blurred. Blurred is a black nerd, y'all. Rob said, I disagree. I think we husband trained have a way of making women feel so comfortable that they feel free in the bed with you. They trust you and that you're protective of vulnerability. They take you in a different way. That's been my experience. Okay. All right. You out here giving them so you know what that means. That means Rob toxic as fuck because he out here giving up these husband vibes. He didn't say woman, he said woman.
Right.
But I feel you though, Rob. Yeah, and there is some merit to that. There definitely is some merit to that. I think it just it's a personal trigger of mine because I look at um maybe it's just me and something that I need to get over because why am I looking at being called a husband or husband material as something that's somewhat of a bad thing? Like it's not a bad thing, but I'm like, okay, I don't want to be limited. I want to I want to do the same shit all the bad dudes do, the toxic dudes do as well. I want to be able to do everything. Don't pigeonhole me into that husband shit because automatically when you say you're husband material, I go back to what I've heard from women that say, well, my mama told me not to hold off on sleeping with you because if I sleep with you, they bring you off. See, I was just on your couch, Tay. I just talked through one of my triggers. Okay, all right. Stacey said it's not a bad thing to be husband material. Why do you think that? We just addressed that, Stacey. We just addressed it. So and then okay, so I got one more resolution, Tay.
Okay.
I'm gonna start saying no.
No to what? To women?
When I'm tired, when I don't feel like having sex, I'm gonna say no.
You don't already do that?
No, because y'all have I'm gonna generalize. Women at
Okay.
this age, listen, a woman in her 40s, early 50s, you can't fuck her enough. You can't. You want to, they listen, y'all want to do it 5 times a night, 5, 6 times a week. I'm not trying to do that shit at 46, almost 47. Listen, I'm not into quantity. I want quality. And I feel as what happens is because I want quality, sometimes you have to be like, no, I'm just ready to go to sleep. Can we just cuddle? Whereas when you were younger, right, and like women wanted that type of intimacy, dudes was like, nah, shit, I'm trying to fuck, Now the roles are somewhat reversed, and I'm just like, hey, you're not going to guilt trip me into having sex all the time because what's going to happen is you're not going to get the best of me. Like if I'm tired, if my head hurts, and I find it's fucked up because like if say you and I in a relationship, Tay, and you said you had a headache, like man, I had a headache all day, I just don't feel good, and I'd be like, you still gonna give me some? I'm insensitive, right? You an asshole, you a jerk. But if I say I had a headache all day and you like, so what's up with it? You still gonna let me bounce on that thing? Like, I'm supposed to be able to power through it. That ain't right.
I mean, in this day and age of we all need consent, you should have the right to say no when you want to have the right to when you feel like you need to say no.
Okay. That was very political, Tay. That was very political.
I seriously believe that. I've just never experienced this. So I don't know.
Rob said 5 to 6 days a week. Okay, Rob, you're here advertising. Latanya said, who asking for the best, just a piece. I don't know what that means. Sandy said, absolutely not. I'm retired. Definitely not giving shut up sex anymore. And that's really what it is. It's kind of like, and I don't know, man. And I don't give a damn if I'm getting judged by it. I really want quality. Like when I do my thing, I do my thing, and I want her to do her thing. And I'm not just about this. I don't think you can really have like that type of make love, like powerhouse emotional sex if you're doing it 5 or 6 times a night. That shit gonna get old.
Okay. It might to some people, to most people, maybe.
That
I
shit,
do think
that shit will get old if you're doing it with the same person.
I'm
Talk about it. Talk
I
about it.
understand that my thinking in that area is different from a lot of people, men and women. So I can't speak to that.
Dude said it on social media, and I think with all things, his delivery is what fucked it up. But he said, "Listen, I can have sex 3 times a day and be rock hard and be, a killing the game if I'm having sex with 3 different women. But if I'm having sex 3 times with one woman in one day, it's a different situation." That's true.
That sounds like bullcrap to me.
Why is it bullcrap? Why is it bullcrap?
I don't know. It just does. It just sounds like bullcrap to me. I don't know.
Why
It doesn't
though?
even sound right. If that's truly how he feels, that's how he feels. But to me, it just sounds I don't know. It sounds like bull. But I don't know. See, this is how I
Hey,
am.
listen, Darren said he was right though. Here's what it is, Tay. Hold train thought. Here's what it is. You know what's better than pussy?
I already know what you sounds
like. So that's how men think. So I'm just gonna keep it real with you.
Okay. Again, like I said, I know the way I think is different from a lot of men and women because I'll say it that way too. I'm the type of person. My favorite meal, I could eat it every single day and not get tired of it. I have a playlist of songs I never get tired of. That I can listen to them over and over and over and over again and never get tired of. I'm greedy. If the sex is good,
Okay.
I can have it over and over and over and over and over again and never get tired of it. But
Mike
that's just me.
Mike said, "Who eating leftover pasta 3 times a day?" Listen,
I can. If it's good, I can. My grandmama's spaghetti, when she used to make it back in the day, I could eat off that spaghetti all week long.
the lady said she agreed with you. Latanya said she agreed with you. Danielle said she agreed with you. And but Rob said something, very important. He said, "I don't need to have 10 out of 10 sex every time." Does that hold weight with you, Tay?
I've come to the conclusion, and I came to this conclusion a long time ago. I'm not going to get 10 out of 10 sex probably ever, but I can get close. And Darren, I already know that I'm speaking for Tay. I'm not even speaking for women. I'm speaking for Tay.
But a lot of the women are agreeing with you though. So it's
okay. But again, because I've heard a lot of women say that they don't want it like that. So that's why I say I'm speaking for me. I'm not speaking for men or women. I'm speaking for Tay.
okay. Let me challenge you on something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On a previous episode, you talked about a certain guy who, you know, he brought it with you, right? The Kegel guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said it got old because what he was good at, he was good at, but he was only good at that. And you wanted to
Mm-hmm.
spice it up. That kind of goes
Mm-hmm.
against what you're saying right now.
No, you said 10 out of 10. I never said he was a 10 out of 10. I said he was good at what he did.
But what you say though is you could do the same thing, you could eat the same thing all the time.
Yes.
But
If it's my favorite,
that
he
guy was
wasn't my
giving it to you.
favorite.
I thought you said
If
he
it's
was like bringing it.
no, he was no. I never said he was bringing it because if he was bringing it, I wouldn't have had an issue. I said he was good at what he did. I
Okay.
said what he was good at was that he could last, he could come and he could still stay hard. That's what was good for me. But that jackhammer stuff, that gets old. I've already said my favorite is lovemaking. That's what he could not do. If he could do that, he would have been a 10 out of 10, and we would probably still be together.
So, because we know a lot of your exes watch the show, Mr.
He
Poundtown,
don't watch.
Mr. Poundtown, sir, we apologize.
If he did watch, I would say the same thing. Because again, I asked him to switch it up, and he couldn't. I had the conversation. I tried to make that part work.
Danielle and Nikki said Pound Town gets old. It gets old. Okay. So you don't like rabbit fucking Tay?
No. Well, I'll say this. It's good for when it's good for what it's good for. But all the time, no. I need my sexual partner to be able to have variety. The guy right after him, oh, he was Variety McGee. I can have sex with all the time.
He watched the show. He watched the show.
No, probably not.
Okay, to say shout out to you, sir. Because I never heard Tay with that much enthusiasm. Sandy said, I would rather have an authentic connection these days. I started having sex at 14, and maybe that plays a part, but sex doesn't mean much now. I want a good relationship. That's deep. That's deep. I think that intimacy, especially at this age, is important because I feel as if eventually we're not gonna be able to pound town every day. We're not gonna be able to do all that shit. I don't care how much royal honey you take or blue pills or KY, because you know how menopause affects y'all. All our bodies are gonna change, things are gonna change, and that intimacy is what's going to really keep you fulfilled as a person. So I feel that, Sandy. But until then, I'm trying to smash as much as I can. Like my doctor said, you better use it while you got it. So That's what's up. That's what's up with that. So, do you feel like it's unfair? And maybe you address this. Do you feel as if women in general are more, is it unsensitive or insensitive? I never know which way to say it. Is it insensitive or
I think you mean instance. Depends on what you.
insensitive? We got it right. Are women in general more insensitive when it comes to wanting to get sex from men? Like, are y'all more like, hey, listen, I want it, it needs to happen? Or do you think that it's, y'all are more understanding?
Um,
If the guy's able to work, because I understand that y'all very understanding if his dick don't work. But if he has no issues, blood flows good.
actually, I find that a lot of women are not understanding when it comes to that. If he's not willing to
Hey,
work on it,
these the ones that conversate, because they brutal when it comes to dudes' dick don't work. But go ahead.
I think it depends on the age range of the woman and how they were raised, because there are a lot of women, I would say maybe my age and older, who were never taught to advocate for themselves when it comes to sex. So a lot of them aren't even the ones who actually initiate sex. From what I hear, from talking to older women, or from what conversations I heard when I was younger, or conversations I see on TV or whatever. So I'm not sure I have the answer to that. I do think, however, that the women who do have the nerve or the self-awareness or whatever to initiate sex, I do think that there is a double standard when it comes to asking for sex and being turned down. I do think that happens a lot.
Why do you explain?
Because automatically, almost, I won't say automatically, but a lot of times I've heard women say, if they were turned down, I've heard them say that, oh, he might be gay, or maybe he's seeing somebody else, or there's something wrong. It automatically goes there, or he doesn't find me attractive.
Yes.
It's usually a
Yes.
something put on to it, versus I'm just not in the mood today,
And
or I had a long day and I'm just not in the mood.
and that's what I was talking about. Joe said women are not understanding; they're downright rude. Latanya said, "No, we're not understanding." So Sandy tried to say it's like not rude but honest, and that's what I'm saying. Why does that pressure have to be put on us as men to always be on point? Like, we can't be tired, we can't be down, we can't be, you know, emotionally not into it. Like, we're not robots. And I know that may sound soft or whatever, but like, we human. And like that's the point I was trying to make. I don't look at, if it consistently happens, like it's consistently like, listen, you my girl and I'm trying to have sex with you, and you like, no, don't touch me. No, don't touch me. Consistently, then it's like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, are you not attracted to me anymore? Like, is there something going on? Is my breast stink? Am I funky? What's going on? If it's a consistent thing. But one time, and I'm gay, one time your dick must not work. One time you must have another bitch. That's not fair. And that's not equitable in relationships. And I don't know how we can fix that.
I'm not sure either. It's gonna take just people just coming to, I don't know, maturing in that area. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't like being rejected when I want to have sex with someone, but with conversations, I feel I'm sensitive about the man's desires at that moment. That's very mature of you. Um, Rob said women hate no matter what the no is about. Boy, listen, we ain't gonna go there, Rob. Sandy said absolutely hate no, Robert. The rejection stings. We're conditioned to be wanted, and when y'all don't want us, the insecurities kick in.
Yeah.
What's condition? I guess I don't even have to ask that question. I don't know. So it sounds like both sides are playing a part in that. I just feel as if that drives the point in deeper, that there needs to be a deeper level of intimacy and
Mhm.
understanding between you as a couple or friends with benefits or whatever, to say, listen, I'm not saying I don't want you, I just don't want it right now.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
agree.
Tanya, we don't like rejection. Most of our lives, men present themselves as ready to go. Now that we're ready, it's hard to understand that the male position, that's the male position. I think that's what she wants to say. Um, Rob, yep, one of the downfalls of men being the initiator in relationship sex, 90% of the time we get used to that rejection. Absolutely. We definitely get used to that rejection. Um, don't like it, but we get used to it. So, I think you learn not to personalize it as much, because you don't like, somebody else will.
True, true, true.
But anyway, tell you, if anybody else has a sex or relationship resolution they want to share before we get out the air, go ahead and put it on there, and we'll read it. Let me see one more. Sandy said, Marv, y'all are visual and sexual. We are taught from early age that it is what drives y'all. Can't help but to take it personal. Sandy, I would tell you this. I think that's true for a lot of people, but I think for a man who is cultured and emotionally secure, it doesn't matter how fine you are. If your attitude stinks, if your attitude stank and you aren't a good person, or you're not good to me, I don't care how fine you are. I don't want to fuck you. I don't. I'd rather jack off. You could be a 10 out of 10. I know some dimes, and their attitude is horrible. And when I see them, I treat them like they're a 2 out of 10. I don't want to be bothered with them. So I hear what you're saying, but I think for guys who are conditioned to not just lead with their penis in life, just being visually appealing and sexual doesn't matter as much. Now, there's a lot of guys who lead with their penis, but for most of us who got some sense and don't, I think that's not a factor, because I definitely, and I'd have messed with some very attractive women, and they wanted to have, I'm like, nah, shit, I'll go to sleep. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go in the other room and jack off, because I still want to bust a nut, then go to sleep. So, yeah. I appreciate you, Rob. Thanks for that approval. So, Tay,
Yes,
this is our 50th episode. Been
yes.
at it for a little over a year.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts from when we started to where we are now?
Well, personally, I'm definitely more comfortable.
Yeah.
Probably too comfortable. Because I remember when we started, I wasn't telling none of my personal business. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
not happening. But yeah, I'm definitely more comfortable in talking, holding conversation through the podcast.
Yeah.
And I like what we have so far. Looking forward to another 50, another year,
Yeah.
and more.
I definitely have seen your growth, because number one, we just have different personality traits. I'm Mr. Talk, 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 and you're not when we talking about like off air, off the podcast. So, and I've been in the podcast game for 5 or 6 years. So there's a learning curve that everybody has when they start, doing a podcast, because it could be nerve wracking. You wonder, like, do I look good? I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to say something that may come back to bite me in my ass or whatever. So you try to be measured, and there's a lot of nerves that goes with that. And I think that the in the beginning, I had to be very careful not to just overtalk you and take up the whole show and kind of pull you along, um, because I wanted people to see how dope you are. And now we don't have to do that. We see Tay and all of who she is, and she's comfortable with sharing. Because at first he was like, I'm not talking about that. And I'm not doing this. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. But I think you finally got to the point where you're like me, where it's like, fuck these motherfuckers. I'm gonna say my business, and I'm not worried about who judges me. And I know you didn't really worry about who judged you, because I know you don't care about that. But it's a difference in putting it on video and on audio. So people in Bangladesh and everywhere else can see it and hear it. So I get it. I get it. I get it. So we're definitely gonna keep rocking. We appreciate all the people that have supported us, who watch. We added the element of people leaving comments. I think that's been a good addition to the show because y'all are hilarious.
Yes.
Y'all are funny, and definitely we appreciate that. We still want guests. If you want to come on the show, you could be anonymous. You can, we can change your name. We can change it where you're from. We ain't figured out how to change your voice, but most people they don't know your voice anyway. But definitely come on the show so we can ask you questions and you can share your story. And if you know somebody that wants to come on the show, let us know. So another 50 episodes. We're gonna keep rocking. Tell me where they can find us.
Yes. You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And as Marv said, if you want to be a guest on the show, just reach us at CVAD, the podcast, at gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, share it with somebody you know, and leave us a comment.
Yep. Go to our website, conversateafterdark.com. Check out the past episodes. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.